Welcome back to our lesson on ribs. In this continuing lesson, let's put in a Skyline type rib on the end of this handle. So, just like before, we're going to find a plane from the part that makes sense to use. Now, you might be tempted to use the end face of this part because it is indeed planar. But here's the problem. If you look at this square on, let's double click on the Z axis and then hit F for zoom to fit and then zoom in a little bit. If we look at this square on, you can see that this face is drafted slightly. And this is one of the big problems in plastic parts. Most of the faces of the model wind up being angled at some inconvenient angle. And so very often you have to resort to using reference planes instead of model faces. So in this case, if you were to create a rib that had an angle of this sort, it would create an undercut in the mold. So let's use the right plane and use the trick we used before, holding down the control key, grabbing the edge of the plane, and pulling it slightly to the right. Key in a dimension of 1 inch. Open a sketch on the new plane. I'm going to hit Shift right arrow twice to spin the view. And I think I can now turn off the display of the temporary axes, so let's go ahead and do that. But I do want to have a center line in my sketch because I need this rib to be symmetrical. With that center line anchored at one end on the origin, I'm going to turn on dynamic mirroring so that the two hatch marks show up. Now I can draw a line that goes from the edge, horizontal, then down at an angle, being careful not to pick up any automatic relations. And then I'll just complete it. And SOLIDWORKS tries to create a symmetric element, which would just place it directly on top of the one I just drew. So it's a good thing that it doesn't duplicate the line. I can add some dimensions from here if that's what I choose to do. So let's dimension some lines. Okay, and now notice that we've sketched this rib differently than we sketched the other rib. But let's start the rib command. Notice that in the last case, SOLIDWORKS picked up the plan view or normal to sketch option automatically. And in this sketch, it picks up parallel to sketch, which we are calling the Skyline view. Notice the material side is correct. However, if I want to apply draft, I won't want to apply it from that direction. So let's apply draft and again use the at wall interface. Make sure that's still set to 80 thousandths. And down here, there's an option to go to next reference. So we don't really care which reference line it uses, just as long as it uses one that's facing the right direction. Using this as a reference line would cause the draft to be applied in the wrong direction. Using a horizontal line will work out best. And if we say OK, let's check the draft here, or the thickness of the rib, just to make sure we're getting what we expect. If I click on this edge at the bottom, control click on this edge, and use the measure tool, this red line, I'm getting a distance of 0.94 or of 0.90. Let's clear these selections and go down, see how this selection comes out. Because remember, we set this one to 0.80. And here we have 0.80. Okay. Let's see why rib 4 turned out to be 0.90 instead of 0.80. If we set this other line to be the reference, we may have a different outcome to this measurement. Let's measure again. What I'm doing here is I'm using the measure tool, which you can find under Tools Measure, to measure the distance between the two sides of the rib at the root of the rib down near the main plastic part. Doing this, I'm able to verify that the thickness at the base of the rib is 0.079 inch, just like I assigned in the Property Manager. Using the top line as a reference was probably putting the 0.80 thickness down here directly below that line. But because we changed that now to use the middle line as the reference, the thickness of the rib is now measured in the middle, which is where it should be measured. Just a lesson here to always measure what you assume to be correct. If you assume that SOLIDWORKS is doing something correctly, it may be using different criteria than you are using. Okay, so now we have the rib in place. Let's create a linear pattern for it. The direction, again, can be made in one of several ways, but I would use something that's not going to change. The linear pattern, we'll use one of these small edges from the rib itself, going the wrong direction. So we'll turn it that way. Features the pattern will be the rib, and let's get the spacing set and then space it out a little bit. Now let's see how SOLIDWORKS handles this, because the width of the channel changes as it flares out through this fillet area and then into the main bowl. Let's see how SOLIDWORKS handles this rib. So SOLIDWORKS is able to extend the rib, and notice how as the section gets deeper, the top of the rib gets narrower because the bottom of the rib is still maintaining that 080 thickness. Let's again just verify this to make sure it's true. Click on these two edges, and we've got that 080 thickness, even at the bottom of a much deeper rib that we specified. So the rib feature intelligence is being patterned right along with the geometry.